Yeah, I don't know what to do for an intro, bro. I don't know what to call you guys. What's up, motherfuckers? Today we're gonna be talking about the law of diminishing returns. I'm just calling it that because I googled it and it was kind of like similar to what I thought. I want to talk about it because I recently had an experience where I have now slowed down on bodybuilding and I'm applying my skills somewhere else. And I want to reconstruct it so you guys can understand what I mean and maybe apply it to your own life. I'll give you some examples as well. Now, I'm not selling y'all anything, and I should. This is like good information you can probably actually apply to your life and do something with. So I'm not selling you anything, I don't have a course, so the least you can do is subscribe and like the video. Alright, now that you've liked and subscribed to my channel, thank you, I appreciate that. Respect from me to you. We're going to continue with the video. So the example I'm going to be talking about is me doing bodybuilding and powerlifting or whatever. Just going to the gym for 3 years, I saw diminishing returns. Now what does this mean? The first year when you're in the gym, or even the first few months, you're going to see a lot of results really fast. Second year, this still applies, and the third year, it still applies, but it slows down significantly. Now in the upcoming 3 years, let's say I continue with bodybuilding, 4 to 6 years, the results are going to be a lot less. And at this point with my body, I'm very happy with where I'm at. If I now lose a little bit of fat, which I am doing, then I know I'm going to be happy with my body when I look in the mirror and be like, okay, this is where I want to be at. I don't really need to build more muscle. Even though I'm not going to quit powerlifting or bodybuilding, I'm going to continue doing power building. I want to apply the time and skills of powerlifting and bodybuilding to something else, because I know if I set myself to a goal, I can achieve it. So now I have the body, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm pushing and pulling on machines, like, this is pretty useless, but I want to use my body. When I'm older, I don't want to be crippled. I said this before, like, I don't want to have a crutch walking around and shit. Like, I want to be able to move freely, and I can make the choice. Do I want to continue now with bodybuilding and powerlifting and become like actually big? Option to do bodybuilding competitions, maybe take steroids, or take powerlifting really serious. Now, the negative with powerlifting for me is that you're just putting a lot of pressure on your spine, you're putting a lot of pressure on your joints, which just can't be healthy in the long run. I just disbelieve that is healthy. Even if you have good form or whatever, I don't believe that is healthy for you. So instead, I'm going to be doing kickboxing. The reason I want to do this is because I want to know for myself, first of all, I can defend myself. Second of all, I want to be using what I've built in the gym. And the thing I've built in the gym isn't coming from me actually fighting. Because I look like, okay, if I take my shirt off, I look like I fight and I know how to defend myself and shit. I can't. When I'm in a fight, I'll probably fucking lose. Because I don't know how to use the muscle. Okay, I'm a pretty big guy. If I hit you right, then you'll probably fall over or some shit. But I don't know how to fight. I don't know how to defend myself. So I need to know how to do that so I can level myself up and know in the back of my head, all right, I'm capable of violence, but I won't use it. I think that's also a super important thing. Maybe I can make a separate video on that, because Jordan Peterson said something about like, you have to become the monster first, then learn how to control it. I absolutely agree. But what I'm saying here is I can either continue, and this is like the point I'm trying to make that I'm gonna turn into examples for you guys later. I've now come to a point where my returns of investment in the gym are gonna diminish. And I have a very good body and I have a lot of muscle that I can use the right way. I could choose to continue getting diminishing returns in the gym now, or I apply my skill and my effort to something else where I can use my body now and fight, and I will have a multiplier basically, because I have the body and now I can use it to build this skill where I'm already ahead. So that is like something I'm thinking about, and some way you can relate this to, like you probably know someone who is maybe an extremely talented artist or an extremely talented gamer. Like, this person is amazing at singing, this person makes the best drawings, or this person always wins every game he plays. But if this person does not know how to sell, he or she will not be able to turn this skill into something that is going to be greatly beneficial to your life. And I'm not saying being good at something, you have to make money from it, but that's just the point I'm trying to make. If you're really good at something and you add to it that you're going to learn how to do business, you're adding a multiplier to that skill and you're going to be able to sell it way better. So a way you can relate this is when you're starting a new job, which is super exciting, you're in a new environment. The first 3 months, for example, you're going to learn so much new things. Like, everything is super new. You're learning a bunch of new things, but then all of a sudden, like, you're not learning anything anymore. So what are you gonna stay there for? Maybe the return is gonna go up by you getting more money, but your experience is still the same. Like, a lot of people that I talk to around my age are now stuck in a job where they've had their fun experience and they've learned a lot, but they don't feel like they're progressing anymore. And it is important to notice that, because you notice this, but you won't take action. You're like, yeah, but that pay raise is coming up, and yeah, it's not great, but it's not bad, and I'm comfortable. But if you want to grow, like, you have to tell yourself to stop being a little bitch and take the leap of faith. Like, go find a new job where you can learn new things. So let's say you've done a job where you do digital marketing, and now you're gonna look for a job that does social media management. Now, what if you do digital marketing and social media management and you combine them together? Like, that's two skills you can apply together to reach new heights. And the best way of diminishing returns I can explain would be when you're playing a game, going from level, let's say there's 100 levels, going from level 0 to 90 is going to take long, but in World of Warcraft, for example, like, going from level 90 to 100 will take as long or even longer than going from 0 to 90 again. So that is a very good example of diminishing returns. And then when you're at a level 100, what is the fucking point of even continuing that skill? Obviously, you may enjoy it perfectly fine. And also, a point I'm trying to make is, don't become a jack of all trades and a master of none. I will make a separate video on this because it is a pretty interesting topic by itself. What I'm trying to say is, like, master a few things, maybe just one thing at first, two things depending on how old you are. For me, I would say I master content. I've made a living off that, and I've become pretty good at business along the way as well. When you master a skill, you're able to sell it. So I was thinking, like, if I were to make a course and stuff, like, what would I be able to sell? I have been pretty successful with content, so I'm able to sell that. I know how to edit well. I know how to entertain the people in videos. I know how to start a channel. I know what to do now. Even though the landscape has changed with TikTok and short content, I know pretty much what to do. So what I'm talking about, like, where I'll probably make another video about, is like the problem with hustle culture. Because all these people tell you, do this, do this, do that. The 7 things that made me a millionaire, the 5 things that made me $1 million when I was 20. Bro, none of these things that these people are gonna tell you are gonna make you rich, other than one thing, which is just focusing on one thing and becoming the best at one thing. Because if you master something, that means you create an information gap. And if you create an information gap, if you're in the top 1% of something, 99% of the people that are doing the same thing will listen to you, and you can sell them that information. You have a huge information gap, a huge skill gap. And the problem with, I'm already, like, explaining what I would if I were to make another video about it, but goddamn, I'm rambling. That's what happens when I don't make a script, man. Just so much shit going on in my brain. I just turn on the camera and I talk my shit, and you guys can take information from this. Yeah, if I were to make these videos a little more scripted, I feel like it'd be better, but also less genuine, because it's just who I am, bro. My brain goes from here to here to here to here. But I've learned how to niche down on a few things, because I used to be the person that did a lot of different shit at the same time, and it never ended up working out, because the time I only had one thing, which was YouTube, then that really worked out. Then I picked up the gym and I started doing YouTube and the gym, and then YouTube kind of became less of a thing. That's really, like, when I started really going to the gym, that's when my channel started dying down. My main channel, because I also started disliking Counter-Strike. But now that I've built down the YouTube channel and my gym has become more stable, I can pick up YouTube again. I can start adding businesses onto it, because other things just become more automatic and normal to me. But yeah, the point of this video that I'm trying to make is, become really good at something, but no, like, that is also already a problem. You have to just become really good at something first, and then there will be problems. But you have to realize, like, when are you experiencing diminishing returns, and how could you add a multiplier onto that by switching what you're doing and apply that skill, or find a way to multiply that skill by learning a new skill. Because life is really about learning, and if you're not doing that, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing. So you have to just constantly level up, learn, and if you're like me, share the information. Perhaps some of you guys learned something from this video. That would be amazing. I'm gonna edit this video and be like, damn, I went off topic, I went scatterbrain, and I should have had a script, but I don't fuck with that. I don't. So I'm not gonna. Alright, see ya in the next video. Peace. Oh yeah, Instagram here. Follow me on Instagram.